Hello there, hope your family and friends are well. So I wanted to create this one because this is probably, I'm not going to do one for a while after this, but I thought I'd release this one because this is actually really good. And I think, you know, I don't really understand why Headrush and people aren't really talking about the synth effects, because to be honest with you, the synth effects they are really good. But you just need to spend a bit more time on them, just fine tuning and that sort of thing. But I do have, there is, on the ambient stuff and cinematic stuff, there is a Michael Jarre Oxygen, sort of my take on the Oxygen thing. I originally created that on the Headrush Prime, going back quite some time ago. So I thought what I'll do, let's start from scratch and just create a blank one just using the core. And so the audio example you've heard is the one that, on this video, is the one that I created on the core. And it's fine, it's okay. You know, you started off, the first part of the audio example is just using a smart harmony, and I'm just using basically just individual notes rather than just a chord, and it sounds quite nice. It gives you sort of a string feel and that sort of thing, really. Using the hybrid synth, and the main pad sound really is just without using the smart harmony, but just using the hybrid synth and all the effects to get the sound. The Oxygen sound, for example, or the chords. If you play a D minor chord followed by a C minor, and it sounds good. It sounds really good. And then just drum your chords, but let the auto swell do its job. Don't jump in and I've got to do another one straight after a chord you've strummed, because it just doesn't give that effect. So we'll just go over the video really quick, and then we're done. So I'll crack on. Basically, first effect we've got in the effects chain is auto swell, and these are the settings I've used for the auto swell. As you can see there, nothing really exciting happened. I've not used any customizations at all. The synth is the settings I've used for the synth. There we go, as you can see there. There's no arpeggiator engaged. And you look at the pitch tracking, I am using polyphonic. You can use mono, which is fine. Mono, if you just want to use single notes, works really well. But if you're only using the polyphonic, I would say polyphonic aftertouch. But if you're only using the polyphonic side of the effect, and you just want to strum chords, it's ideal, to be honest. So they're the settings I've used for this. And again, on there's a bit of customization, as you can see. This patch will be uploaded to the cloud at some point, but I thought I'd release the video for you and see what you think, and then, you know, do a better job than I can. Next effect is stereo doubler, which is, yeah, it's not a bad effect actually. This is quite good using Def Leppard stuff. So if you want to widen the sound out using a stereo doubler, you can use two stereo doublers actually, one before and one after an amp. But you know, it sounds all right actually. It's just a matter of, again, playing about with things. As you'll notice on here, there's no amps. These are just effects, and you could put an amp in there if you wanted to, or a boost, or an amp on the cab. But I just thought I'll just keep it basic as a synth patch, and it seems to work okay. Next effect is this one, which is a party verb, which is not bad. Actually, not bad at all. I think Headrush have got better over the, you know, they sort of moving from the legacy systems, and I think with the new systems such as the Prime, the Flex, and the Core, they've really excelled with the new effects. I'm not saying that the old units like the MX5, the gig board, and the original pedal board are outdated as such. I mean, I personally feel that if possible, the synth effect should be created over on those platforms as well, just to give everyone a level footing. But I'm assuming the way the life cycle of the product itself, for example, the old legacy systems compared to the new, I'm assuming everything's going to be released on the new systems. Excuse me. So they're the settings I've used for the party verb, and nothing in there, as you see there, no customization. Multi-chorus, because I also like chorus. They're the settings I've used for that. You can play about with the LFO shape if you want. That just actually does enhance, but sometimes it reduces certain textures within your patch. But yeah, as you can see there, I'm only using 4 voices rather than you can use 6. and I'm using that shape there, which is a triangle. You can use various other different shapes, but there's only 2 in this one, but you can customize it. When you look at some of the other choruses as well, that's the preset chorus, and again, I don't think there's anything on that one either as well as customizations. Delay, basically default. I haven't really played about with this one, I just added it and it seems to work fine. As I say, there's no tails on, and again with this there's no customization as well. Smart harmony, which isn't bad at all actually. As you can see there, the preset, I'm just using that setting there, using in the key of E, and it's obviously it's a major scale. Glide time I took down a little bit. You can play about with this. It's a matter of playing about with these patches and fine tune it to your own preferences really, more than anything else. Voice 1, and we got voice 2. There we go, and I don't think there's no customizers in this one either as well, so there you go. Reverb, which works really well. The settings we use for reverb. There we go. There is, there are other reverbs you can use, but this one seems to work really well actually as a reverb, give you the overall big spacey sound. So as we'll move on to the next effect, which is multi-chorus. Why not? And again, it's a different, sort of a similar setting really to the previous one, and using that preset there. Next effect is digital flanger. Great, this sounds really nice actually. These are settings I've used for the digital flanger, and again no customization on this one. Reverb, really nice reverb. I've used the ambient preset, and the mode you can see there is ambient. When you look at the others, we can use all the various different modes as such, but I decided to use this one. It's actually quite nice. You see there the tails are on, and I think again this one there's no customization neither. So they're all our effects. We'll look at the input and the output. So the input is just basic, you can see there, a little bit higher than it should be really, but again it works well for this patch. Next one is the output, and then what we'll do is we'll go to these signs. So as you can see in these signs we've only got 2, well take that off one bit. We've smart harmony and hybrid, and that's all there is. That's all I've created. So a pretty basic way to come out with an impressive sort of sound. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to create some more, maybe if I'm going to do some, it's probably going to be sort of sometime middle of December. If not, it'll be 2026. I'm going to change a lot of things in next year, so I won't be doing very many patch videos, but I'm going to do other stuff. You're probably going to see me playing anyway, so I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to sync it all up using footage, and I'm going to start teaching workshops in the new year as well locally, so I'm looking forward to doing that. That's about it really. So I will create some more patches. I'm going to start creating some stuff on some synths, so I might every now and again I might do a synth video. I do use a Novation Mini Nova, and I do have access to a Yamaha Genos 2, which is a phenomenal workstation, which is a big synthesizer. We call them workstations now, but it's actually quite interesting to use. And yeah, so again, thanks again for watching. I'll try and create some, if I can, in sometime in December. I want to get 100 videos done, and see how we get on from there. So again, thanks for watching. Hope your family friends are well. If I don't hear from you, have a fantastic December and New Year, and I'll pop this up, like I said, I'll pop this up under the cloud. I'll tell you what I'll do with that. If you give me 10 likes watching this video, I'll pop this up on the cloud. I guarantee you that. I've popped up the Vangelis one, that's already up, and I've created a Ravi Shankar sitar, which has gone up as well. I'm going to pop some of the older ones, which I'm going to replay about with and redo them, which we created on the original Headrush pedal board, and I'll pop those up as well. I'm going to prime them or call them, and see if they sound any better, which I'm assuming they probably sound a little bit different. But again, thanks for watching. Stay well, and bye bye for now.